Imagine this. You open your eyes, and instead of skyscrapers and holographic screens, you see pyramids rising out of the desert. Palm trees sway in the Nile breeze. Priests chant prayers to gods carved in gold, and everyone around you is staring like they've never seen anything like you before. Because they haven't. You're a human, but not from their time. You're from the future. So, what if future humans suddenly appeared in ancient Egypt? Not by choice. Not as gods or rulers. Just dropped into history long before technology, science, or modern knowledge existed. How would this world react to someone from tomorrow? And more importantly, what would you do when the future doesn't exist anymore? And the past doesn't know what to make of you? I'm Professor What If, and today, we're stepping into one of the most fascinating thought experiments in human imagination. What happens when the most advanced version of humanity meets one of the earliest great civilizations on Earth? Let's explore it together, with science, logic, and a little wonder. Right now, historians know ancient Egypt as one of the first great centers of human knowledge. Mathematics, architecture, medicine, astronomy, spiritual philosophy. They mapped the stars, built structures still standing after 4,500 years, and created one of the most organized societies of the ancient world. Meanwhile, future humans, if our current trajectory continues, could be enhanced with neural implants, genetically engineered for longer life, and connected to AI the way we rely on electricity or Wi-Fi today. Two versions of humanity, separated not just by time, but by technology, biology, worldview, and language. One shaped by gods and myth, the other shaped by science and data. And suddenly, they collide. At first, it would feel like stepping into a living museum. No electricity, no screens, no machines humming in the background. Just sand, stone, and thousands of eyes watching you. Your clothing, strange. Your posture, unfamiliar. Your accent and vocabulary, completely alien. To them, you wouldn't look like a traveler. You'd look like a sign. Some would whisper that you were a messenger from the gods. Others would fear you were a foreign sorcerer. And a few might simply stare, fascinated, the way we stare at astronauts stepping on another world. Meanwhile, you'd be facing your own shock. No data network to connect to, no way to call home, not even a way to prove you're telling the truth. For the first time in your life, you, a human from the future, would be profoundly alone in the past. Curiosity wouldn't stay gentle for long. Soon, priests and scribes would approach, not with weapons, but with questions that carried authority. Who are you? Which god sent you? Show us your power. And here's the real problem. In your time, knowledge flows through networks, data, satellites, processors, implants. But here, none of that exists. You have future knowledge, but no tools to prove it, no technology to demonstrate it, and no shared language to explain it clearly. So instead of appearing advanced, you might appear mysterious. And mystery, in the ancient world, was powerful and dangerous. You would quickly realize something unsettling. In a time built on belief and hierarchy, even telling the truth could break the world around you. If you're already imagining this moment, standing between two versions of humanity, one ancient and sacred, the other engineered and futuristic, then you're my kind of thinker. Tap subscribe so we can explore the impossible together, one what if at a time. All right, back to ancient Egypt. At first, your presence would spark awe, but soon, awe turns into analysis. High priests would study your posture, your clothing, your speech, trying to decide whether you are divine or disruptive. Healers would notice your health, your immunity to common ancient diseases, your posture shaped by nutrition and medicine they've never seen. Scribes would try to document your every word, even if they couldn't understand ideas like vaccines, neural implants, or the simple concept of electricity. And here's where things get complicated. If you tried to help, even with something small, like explaining hygiene, or showing a better way to store grain, it wouldn't just improve life, it would shift power. Priests relied on ritual for healing. Pharaohs ruled with divine authority. Knowledge flowed downward, never outward. But suddenly, you, a stranger, could solve problems without temples, gods, or royal command. Not because of magic, but because of future science. And in a civilization built on hierarchy and belief, that kind of power doesn't go unnoticed. Progress here wouldn't feel like hope. It would feel like a threat. Sooner or later, someone powerful would ask the question you hope to avoid. If you came from the future, what else can you change? And suddenly, your existence isn't just fascinating, it's dangerous. Because in this era, knowledge isn't simply information, it's authority, it's control. It shapes who rules, who heals, who decides the fate of millions. To you, science is progress. To them, it might look like rebellion against the gods. You wouldn't need to threaten anyone. Just being there is enough to challenge their entire worldview. And here's the real paradox. If you teach too much, you could rewrite history before it learns its lessons. If you teach too little, your knowledge disappears forever. And somewhere between those two possibilities, you realize something uncomfortable. Humanity isn't just shaped by what we know. It's shaped by when we learn it. So yes, future humans could survive in ancient Egypt. Your body would adapt. Your mind would endure. You could even bring new ideas that save lives centuries early. But survival isn't the real question here. The real question is impact. Because the moment the future arrives too soon, history bends. Knowledge that comes before its time doesn't just change the world, it risks breaking it. Ancient Egypt didn't fail because it lacked technology. It thrived because it followed a path shaped by curiosity, discovery, mistake, faith, and time. And perhaps the greatest truth is this: humanity doesn't evolve only by gaining new knowledge, it evolves by earning it, step by step, question by question, era by era. The past wasn't uneducated, it was becoming. And the future only exists because the past had the space to grow into it. So if a human from the future can't safely enter the past, then let's flip the timeline. What if ancient Egyptians traveled to our future instead? What would they think of skyscrapers, satellites, and humans who trust machines more than gods? That world is one we'll explore soon. If this journey made you pause, if it expanded your imagination even a little, then stay curious with me. Like the video, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. Which time period should we explore next? Your questions fuel this universe, and together, we'll keep asking the most powerful question in science and imagination. What if?